I saw a lot of Margaret Thatcher because I covered a lot of Commonwealth Prime Ministers' meetings. And the subject then was always South Africa and sanctions against South Africa. And she also believed that Mandela was somehow a kind of terrorist. And we sort of clashed on this once. And I told her she was being... And I think I went a little too far. This was in Vancouver. And I said, I think that's a little patronizing to think of him as that way. And I thought then that she had cut me off for good. And then she came to ITN to do the early evening news once. And I was told, I was doing news at 10, and I was told, you must go down to the green room and ask her whether she would kindly come back to do news at 10. And I said, no, look, please, I'm not the person to do this because we've had a bit of a falling out. And I'm pretty sure the last person in the world that she wants to see is me. And they said, well, look, I'm terribly sorry, but there's nobody else to do it. And you have to go down and ask her. So, listening to my bosses and being a good volunteer as it was, I went down. And I opened the door of the green room and I looked in there and I said, Prime Minister. And she said, how nice to see you again. And she looked at me and smiled with those wonderful eyes and so on. And then, we got on famously. So she was very forgiving, I thought.
She liked a row, though, didn't she? She liked an argument.
Yeah, she likes an argument. She didn't mind it at all. So she was very, very good to me. And I must say, I was also very touched when she was in London and after she'd left being Prime Minister, she used to invite me for the odd glass of whiskey. So I've always remembered that with great fondness. I didn't always agree with some of the things she said or did, but she was an excellent person to know.